The universe is not withholding from you. It is not deciding who is worthy and who is not. It is not rewarding some and punishing others. It is an infinite field of intelligence, a living consciousness waiting for you to align with it. The truth is simple. The universe is ready to give you everything, but you must become ready to receive. Most people live every day repeating the past. They think the same thoughts, feel the same emotions, and act out the same habits. And then they wonder why life doesn't change. The mind projects the past into the future, and the body follows along as though locked in a script. But when you break the cycle, when you step out of familiar emotions of lack, fear, and limitation, you interrupt the old program. You create space for something new. This is how you signal the universe. Not with begging, not with desperate hope, but with coherence. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions are all aligned with the reality you desire. If you think abundance but feel fear, you are incoherent. If you affirm health but act as though you are sick, you are incoherent. Coherence is when the mind and the heart are broadcasting the same frequency. That's when the field listens. That's when the universe responds. The quantum field is a field of possibilities. Every potential exists within it: abundance, love, success, freedom, joy. These potentials do not sit in some far-off place. They exist here, now, as energy patterns. The moment you choose to feel as though your desire is already real, you collapse one of those potentials into your experience. This is not metaphor, it is physics. You are both the receiver and the transmitter. Your state of being is the signal you send out, and life faithfully reflects it. So ask yourself, what signal are you broadcasting right now? Are you radiating gratitude, joy, and trust? Or are you sending out fear, doubt, and lack? The universe is impartial. It does not judge your signal. It simply mirrors it back. If you want everything, if you want abundance, love, and limitless possibility, then elevate your state of being. Feel the emotion of your desired future before it happens. Live as though it has already arrived. When you close your eyes and enter the stillness, you step beyond the body, beyond the environment, beyond time. In that timeless place, you can create. You imagine the future you desire, and then you feel it. You embody it. The emotion is the magnet. The vision is the blueprint. Together, they broadcast a coherent signal to the field, and the field responds. The right people appear, opportunities open, synchronicities align, because you tuned yourself to the frequency of your desired future. The universe is not holding back. It is infinitely abundant. It is endlessly creative. It is waiting for you to remember that you are not separate from it. You are part of the field itself, an extension of that infinite consciousness. The moment you begin to live from that truth, the moment you choose coherence, gratitude, and trust, the moment you rehearse your future more than you replay your past, everything shifts. The universe is ready to give you everything. The only question is, are you ready to align with it? The universe mirrors the signal of your thoughts and emotions. Every moment you are broadcasting an invisible frequency into the field around you, and that frequency is determined by the combination of what you think and what you feel. Thoughts are electrical in nature, sending signals out into the quantum field, while emotions are magnetic, drawing back experiences that resonate with the signal. Together, they form the state of being that tells the universe who you are in this moment. Life does not respond to what you want in theory. It responds to what you are energetically radiating. Now, and if you live in a state of lack, the universe mirrors lack. If you dwell in abundance, gratitude, and trust, the universe mirrors those qualities back to you in circumstances, people, and events that match. Most people unconsciously send out mixed signals. They think about wealth but feel poor. They imagine success but feel fear. They speak affirmations of health while emotionally embodying worry. The universe does not hear the words alone. It reads the underlying vibration. You cannot say one thing and feel another without broadcasting incoherence. And incoherence confuses the field, which simply reflects the dominant emotion you embody. This is why so many repeat positive statements with little change, because the mind is saying one thing while the heart is signaling another. To change the signal, both thought and emotion must be aligned with the desired reality. The mirror of life is exact. It has no bias, no preference, no judgment. It only reflects the state you sustain. When you wake each morning and immediately tune to thoughts of stress, limitation, or disappointment, you are setting a frequency that the universe cannot help but echo back through the events of the day. When you wake and instead choose gratitude, envisioning a life of possibilities, and allow that vision to stir genuine emotion within you, you shift the broadcast. This new broadcast calls to itself experiences that match. The outer world is not separate from your inner world. It is the projection of the signal you are radiating. Consider how a magnet attracts filings. It does not choose them selectively. It simply pulls in whatever aligns with its field. Your emotions work the same way. A person who consistently feels anger will find countless reasons to justify their anger because the universe is mirroring back situations that resonate with that frequency. A person who cultivates joy will find opportunities and encounters that reinforce that joy. Neither is luck or chance. Both are the inevitable reflection of the inner broadcast. To shift your life, you must become conscious of the signal you are sending. Observe the thoughts you rehearse daily, the emotions you habitually embody, and ask whether they match the reality you wish to create. If they do not, then the work is to deliberately generate new states of being. This is not pretending, it is tuning. You can choose to think thoughts of abundance and then feel the emotion of gratitude as though abundance is already here. The moment you do, you have altered the frequency of your signal, and the universe begins to mirror the new state. This is why practices of meditation, visualization, and elevated emotions are so powerful. They give you the opportunity to step outside the autopilot of the old self and consciously install a new broadcast. In stillness, you imagine your future not as a distant dream, but as a present reality. You let the image create a feeling, and then you amplify that feeling until it becomes your dominant state. Now you are sending a coherent signal, thought and emotion united. And coherence is what the universe reads clearly. The mirror always responds to coherence more quickly than confusion. When your mind says, I am abundant, and your heart feels abundant, the field has no choice but to reflect abundance back. When your mind says, I am healthy, and your heart feels vibrant health, life arranges itself to confirm it. The universe is impartial but exact, echoing back the strongest, clearest signal you give. By mastering your inner state, you master what the mirror of life reveals. Coherence between mind and heart unlocks your desired reality. And the human mind generates thoughts that are electric, and the human heart generates emotions that are magnetic. Together, they create the signal that interacts with the quantum field of possibilities. When the mind and the heart are aligned, when thought and feeling are sending the same message, a powerful state of coherence emerges. This state is harmonious, ordered, and creative, and it is the signal that the universe responds to with precision. When the mind holds a vision of abundance, but the heart feels lack, the signals are out of sync. The thought may be sending a picture of wealth, but the emotion is magnetizing poverty, fear, and limitation. This incoherence creates confusion, and the field reflects back the mixed signal in the form of inconsistent results, half-fulfilled desires, and frustration. The reason so many people feel stuck is not because the universe withholds, but because they are broadcasting two different frequencies at the same time. They may be affirming positive change with the mind, while still rehearsing old emotions of unworthiness, resentment, or doubt in the heart. True transformation occurs when the inner dialogue of the mind and the emotional atmosphere of the heart are unified. When you imagine abundance and simultaneously feel the gratitude of already living in abundance, coherence is created. In that moment, you are no longer wishing for a future state, you are embodying it now. That embodiment is the language the universe understands, and it reflects it back through circumstances, people, and opportunities that align with the coherent signal. Coherence is not a fleeting emotion, it is a state of being. It requires practice and awareness. The body is conditioned to feel familiar emotions tied to past experiences, and the mind is conditioned to think familiar thoughts that confirm those emotions. To step into coherence, you must break the cycle of the old self and deliberately generate a new inner reality. This is why meditation, visualization, and intentional breathing are powerful tools. They quiet the body, calm the mind, and create the space for new emotions to arise. In that space, you can choose to think clearly about the future you desire and invite the heart to feel it is already real. When the heart and mind move into rhythm, the body follows. Stress hormones diminish, the nervous system relaxes, and energy begins to flow more freely through the body. This physiological shift is not separate from the creative process. It is part of it. The coherent body becomes a stronger transmitter of the coherent signal, and that signal, once broadcast, reaches into the field of infinite possibilities. The universe cannot resist coherence, for coherence is order, and the field itself is responsive to order. Think of coherence as tuning an instrument. If one string is out of tune, the music feels off, no matter how skilled the player. When both strings of thought and emotion are tuned to the same note, the song is beautiful and magnetic. Others feel it, opportunities resonate with it, and reality arranges itself to match it. The same principle applies within you. The clearer and more consistent your inner song, the more faithfully the universe echoes it. Coherence requires sincerity. It cannot be faked. To merely think abundance without feeling it will not create coherence. To merely try to feel gratitude without a vision to attach it to will not sustain coherence. Both must work together, the thought providing the blueprint, the feeling providing the energy. This is why it is said that thought sends the signal out and emotion draws the experience back. One without the other is incomplete, but together they unlock the creative mechanism. When you reach coherence, time itself begins to bend. You are no longer waiting for your future to come. You are living as though it is already here. This shift in state allows you to draw experiences to you more quickly, for the universe is responding to who you are being in the present moment. The clearer the coherence, the faster the reflection. This is the art of creation, aligning the inner world so perfectly that the outer world has no choice but to mirror it back. Living as though the future is already here attracts it to you. Most people keep their desires locked in the future, believing that one day they will arrive, one day they will succeed, one day they will finally have what they want. But the very act of placing a dream in the future keeps it from unfolding in the present. The field of infinite possibilities responds not to the idea of a future hope, but to the reality you embody right now. To live as though your desired future is already here is to collapse the distance between wanting and being. It is to step into the state of fulfillment and allow that state to call to itself experiences that match. When you wait for wealth before you feel wealthy, you postpone wealth indefinitely. When you wait for love before you feel loved, you create more waiting. When you wait for success before you feel successful, you broadcast lack of success into the field. But the moment you shift and begin to feel as though it is already done, as though the outcome you desire has already unfolded, you create a resonance with that future. The universe responds to resonance. It reflects the state you occupy, not the state you long for. This is not pretending or forcing. It is embodying. To live as though means you carry yourself differently. You think from the perspective of the fulfilled version of yourself, and you feel emotions that align with the life you envision. If your future self is financially free, then you practice feeling the ease, the gratitude, and the security of financial freedom now. If your future self is deeply loved, then you rehearse the emotions of love and connection now. By doing this, you become a vibrational match to the future, and the field organizes itself to bring it into form. The challenge lies in the body's memory. The body has been conditioned to feel emotions of the past: worry, disappointment, scarcity, and stress. When you try to step into the feeling of your desired future, the body often pulls you back into old emotions because they are familiar. To live as though the future is already here requires persistence in teaching the body a new emotional state. Through repetition, meditation, visualization, and gratitude, you train the body to feel what the mind imagines. Eventually, the body begins to believe the future vision as much as the mind does, and at that point, you are truly living from the new reality. The outer world then shifts in response. People around you begin to sense the change in your energy. You find yourself taking actions that align with the new state without forcing them, because they flow naturally from who you are being. Synchronicities occur, opportunities appear, and life begins to rearrange itself in ways that confirm your inner shift. This is the process of attracting the future by living it now. It is essential to remember that the universe mirrors being, not effort. If you spend your days striving, pushing, and waiting, you are affirming separation from your desire. But if you choose to walk, breathe, and think as though the life you want is already yours, the field has no choice but to reflect it. Living as though changes your relationship with time. You are no longer postponing fulfillment to some distant point. You are collapsing time by embodying fulfillment in the present. When you feel the gratitude of a dream already realized, when you experience the joy of success before it appears physically, you are drawing that reality toward you. Gratitude and joy are signals of completion, and when you consistently live in them, the universe reads them as evidence that your desire has already materialized. Life then rushes to close the gap between your inner state and your outer circumstances. This is the creative power of living as though, aligning yourself so completely with your chosen future that it becomes your present. You said keynote no. Point 4, expand it into 650 words. Don't add ending sentences. Don't add any hatings. ChatGPT said the universe is infinitely abundant and ready to respond. It does not know limitation. It does not ration out experiences. It does not decide who deserves more and who deserves less. Abundance is its very nature, an endless ocean of possibilities waiting to be shaped by consciousness. When you look at the stars in the night sky, when you observe the countless grains of sand on the shore, when you witness the infinite variety of life forms on this planet, you are seeing a reflection of the nature of the universe itself. It is expansive, generous, and limitless. Lack is not built into the structure of reality. It is only a reflection of the states of mind and heart that people carry. Because the universe is abundant, it responds with precision to the signals you send. If you embody fear and scarcity, it mirrors scarcity back. If you embody joy and gratitude, it mirrors abundance back. It does not choose arbitrarily. It simply organizes energy to match the frequency you sustain. This is why some live lives filled with struggle while others seem to live in effortless flow. The difference is not luck or fortune, but alignment. The universe is ready at all times, but it can only deliver to you what you are willing to receive through your state of being. When you believe that resources are limited, that money is scarce, that opportunities are rare, you are broadcasting a signal of contraction. The universe mirrors contraction by closing doors, withholding possibilities, and confirming the illusion of limitation. Yet when you open yourself to the truth of infinite abundance, when you believe that life is overflowing with opportunities and possibilities, you expand. That expansion is mirrored back through new encounters, new pathways, and unexpected avenues of growth. The universe is always listening, always responding, but it can only reflect the level of abundance you allow yourself to feel. Every thought you hold and every emotion you embody is a request to the universe. When you dwell on worry, you are unconsciously asking for more experiences to worry about. When you dwell on gratitude, you are asking for more experiences that confirm your thankfulness. The universe responds faithfully because abundance means every possibility already exists. There is no shortage of outcomes, no lack of paths. Every potential reality is already present in the quantum field, waiting to be selected by your focus and emotion. The recognition of infinite abundance allows you to move out of competition and into creation. Competition belongs to the mindset of lack, the belief that there is not enough for everyone and that you must fight or struggle to secure your portion. Creation belongs to the recognition of abundance, the understanding that everything you need already exists as potential and can be drawn into your experience through alignment. In creation, you no longer take from others, you generate from the infinite. You live with the knowing that by aligning your state of being with abundance, the universe cannot help but mirror it back to you in visible, tangible form. To truly grasp the radiance of the universe, you must shift the way you see it. Many imagine the universe as a distant force that sometimes listens and sometimes ignores. But the truth is that it is always responding, always reflecting, always ready. The key is not in waiting for it to act, but in recognizing that it already has. The moment you shift your inner state, the universe begins organizing around that shift. What appears as coincidence or luck is simply the visible evidence of the unseen abundance responding to your new signal. The universe is as infinite as your willingness to believe in its generosity. It cannot run out, it cannot diminish, it cannot close itself off. The only boundaries are those created in the mind and held in the emotions. When those boundaries dissolve, when you accept the truth of infinite supply, you step into harmony with the natural order of reality. In that harmony, abundance flows toward you effortlessly, not because you demanded it, but because you finally became receptive to what was already waiting.